remarking upon it to somebody this week. I was like, how much energy does the guy have? I mean, that many singles finals in a row. And it's not like the draws are empty. It's not like he's waltzing in and not really having much competition. It is very difficult these days to make that many finals in a row.
So we'll see if he can get there again, standing in his way as one of the most popular players on tour. There's McGuffin to serve.
Side out.
And clearly these two have played a number of times. I don't know what the overall head-to-head is, but I would imagine Federico has it tilted in his favor slightly.
Well, CJ, it's 5-2 Fed, if you must ask me.
Point.
I guess my intuition led me right there.
Yeah, so 5-2. And Fed wearing his proud Argentinian colors there.
1-0.
That's pretty nice. Federico doesn't actually hit his passing shots as hard as some of the other players, but his accuracy is second to none. And you see the nice action on the ball there and getting enough pace, but more than anything, beating him with the disguise and the accuracy.
2-0.
Pretty control of the kitchen from McGuffin. These two have only played once this year, 11-4 in the third in Phoenix for Staksrud, and then McGuffin injured a bit, so he's just working his way back into singles here.
And it looks like Federico is going on an Easter egg hunt behind the video board right now.
You can't steal my lines, come on now.
Oh, I like that one. And comes back victorious.
Good job, you get a chocolate. And we're going to do solid bunny, not just a hollow bunny. That's always a disappointment when you think you got the solid bunny and you only get, come on, man.
Point.
I guess he pulled the wrong ball out from behind the video board.
1-2.
Oh, that's Tyson's favorite. Fading the forehand there, inside out, hitting that one on the same side of the court, but he doesn't usually miss that one very often.
Just slides wide.
2-1.
What hands from McGuffin there. Looked like he was in jail, and Meg McGuffin, Tyson's wife, is loving that.
1-2.
That's a great volley.
Side out.
Because Tyson put a pretty good crack on that one-hander there, and he doesn't usually go to that shot all that much, so it could very easily be surprising to Federico, and great stretch volley with enough pace to hit the clean winner.
Yeah, you're expecting. Oh, we got. No, wait, he's even better at the egg hunt because McGuffin came up with 2.
You never know what you might find on center court.
No, okay. Now they got to figure out which one it is. I am very particular. I'll be the first to admit I would absolutely want the one we were just playing with.
Yeah, I just go for the round one.
There you go.
2-1.
That's a good choice.
Oof, just feathers that return in there. That's not an easy shot to hit.
Side out.
Tyson's actually one of the few that has still sliced the return. These days you see a lot of people hitting the return, but he likes to go to that sort of lofting slice backhand return at times.
Side out.
So by hitting, you mean hitting through it flat or with some topspin?
Yeah, so many of the two-handed players like Federico like to hit that flat backhand return.
Point.
Versus Tyson still adopts, in many cases, that one-hander sort of slice underneath it, which gives him a little bit extra time to get in. Like that.
Point.
Kisses off the tape, and Fed up 4-1 here early in the first semifinal of the day. That's all we've got left on center.
The disadvantage of that is you are giving the opponent more spin to work with.
How do you like them apples? Tyson McGuffin, who just signed a deal with the Crisp Apple folks, and his dad actually worked in an orchard with cherries and apples going back to the beginning of his youth.
Going back to the roots. I'm sure his kids were thrilled about that, to go and grab some apples at the orchard.
2-4. Point.
Cosmic Crisp is the name of the Apple brand, and it's fun to see how partnerships and opportunities expand. The more you know your brand, the better.
Yeah, astronomy meets fruit.
Point.
Too bad it happened after the eclipse, or we could have done a lot of move that apple across the front of the moon. That would have been amazing.
4-4.
All right, tied up at 4 here.
Yeah, Federico making him pay there for running around the backhand. Tyson's got a great set of wheels, and he does a great job of running around that backhand and finding the forehand, but it does put you out of position, so if you don't hit it perfect, there is court exposed there.
4-4. Point. Five, 4.
That time
Side
off
out.
the tape, it does go deep. Players have been very, they know the Utah fans will tell them whether it was in or out, so they've been
4-5.
asking a lot today. What did you see?
Which, strictly speaking, you're not supposed to do.
Point.
That's a Ferrari forehand if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, and the footwork to be able to hit a forehand there. Critical. That return seems like it should be a
5-5.
backhand, but beautiful shuffle.
Point.
But Tyson actually hits the forehand better on his backhand side of the court than he does from the forehand side of the court. So if he does get around and hit it from there, you can be in a lot of trouble.
6-5.
Ooh, missed an opportunity there.
Read it perfectly and just caught the
Timeout,
tape.
server. 5-6. Time in.
And Kyle definitely
5-6.
knows Tyson's game very well. So whether it's the singles court or one of the doubles courts, he's always happy to give insight. Well, that's some great lateral movement from both guys there.
Yeah, Fed tried that sneaky little pull it back across the body, and
6-5.
McGuffin was there.
Because it's one thing to get there with the lateral movement. It's another thing to have the balance to execute the shot that you want. Because there are plenty of guys that get their paddle on a lot of volleys, but what do you do with the volley once you get there? You still got to have the balance to execute.
Yes. Point.
Short return that sat up, so that's the downside, as you mentioned before. That chip return just sat up on a platter, and Fed made him pay. Oh my. Tyson was saying, yeah, nice shot before it hit the tape, and it kissed wide. Wow.
I think that means I am beat on that shot if that goes in, but fortunately for him, off the tape and goes wide.
6-6.
Just wide. What a lead from Tyson after his serve was so good. Fed could not come forward, CJ.
Yeah, and that's rare. Federico really tries to come in as much as he possibly can, but serve just too good. Ooh, I think he just barely missed it.
Man, these guys have a good handle on it's not 20 and 1 inch by 44 and 1 inch. They are really dialed into what the court coverage needs to be, and that's a great put away volley right there.
And Federico gives Tyson a forehand return on that one. I feel like he'd be better served to continue to pepper the backhand and try to get those returns that sit up a little bit more, give him time to get behind it. Ooh, he knew where it was going. He just couldn't quite get there.
Just slightly delayed. He's like, oh, I just hit a backhand, and it was pretty good.
Yes, not a shot that he loves to hit, not one that you'll see all the time, but he can certainly connect on it. It's a great volley.
Oh my. On a pretty routine volley from the positioning, just shuffled those Skechers. Get a good look at it here.
And yeah, just a little tap. But I also feel like that's where Federico is so good. He was in a compromised position, but he hits the shot so accurately that even though you might get your paddle on it, you're really pressed and a little off balance, and that can result in more missed volleys, tentative volleys, or even a foot fault in that case. Boy, that's clean as a whistle.
Short return absolutely obliterated by McGuffin.
8-7.
Wow, very nice patience off the bounce there.
Yep, and I thought Tyson was in a pretty good position there to enter the cat and mouse part of the game, but Federico gets enough on that roll two-hander. And there, he found the backhand on the serve, and I just feel like Federico's footwork is so good that if he gets that little bit of extra time, he should find the accurate passing shots enough of the time to put a lot of points on the scoreboard.
Snowman in the Red Rocks.
Point.
Very close there.
Little conversation.
Challenge. Okay, we have a challenge of the line
So
call.
Tyson is going to challenge it.
After video review, the call stands. The ball was out. Challenge loss, timeout loss. 1 timeout remaining, 2 timeouts remaining.
So not that us as judge and jury are in any way a factor here, but we agreed ultimately after we reviewed it. So Fed 2 away from taking game 1. Make that 1 away.
Point.
Just a rope, a Lamborghini to the Ferrari.
And that's that same floaty backhand return. That great depth on it, but it's sitting there on a silver platter for Federico to do what he would like.
Point, time in, 10-8.
Oof.
Wow.
Point.
Staksrud shows you why he is the #1 singles player in the world.
Welcome to the Pickler, where everything's better.
Everything's better at the Pickler.
Everything's better at the Pickler.
Colin John's all the insight from one of the best players and teachers of the game here, and let's see if Tyson has a response.
That's where Tyson is at his best, hitting third ball forehands and coming in and hitting another forehand on the 5th. He's extremely good at finding the open space on that 5th and transition on that forehand side.
Set out.
Just good enough. It looked like it might be the cut, and Tyson ran himself out of the point.
Yep, I think he thought he could get there in time, and Federico got the volley down and was not able to cut the angle in time.
.360 from Fed, but that just delays the agony.
Your turn. 1-0.
Oh my, oh, and he just misses it. Wow. Just as hard as I've seen him take a rip at a backhand.
And that would have been pretty. That was Stan Wawrinka-esque.
0-1. Side out.
And that's where Federico can occasionally miss his thirds when he's trying to take time away from you. He's intentionally trying to get up there and take the ball on the rise to cut your time. Oh, that's a great shot, but covered by Federico.
He's just always there. Why?
His footwork is very good. I mean, he's fast, but definitely disciplined with the steps that he takes so that he's not off balance. It's like I talked about, it's not just about getting there. It's about getting there with balance so that you can execute consistently.
0-1.
That's a much better return from Tyson.
Side out.
I like that a lot more. He's able to go either direction there. He actually took a couple steps over to his left to find the forehand, and a lot of times he's been hitting that down the line to Federico's backhand, but that time electing to go cross court and gets it through the court very well.
1-0.
That's trouble. Oh,
Side
he
out.
got away with it.
Just an absolute bunny sitting there and cannot find it. Where's the Ferrari? In the shop.
The Ferrari was revving its engines there and did not find the court, but I would not want to live there if I were Federico.
Side out.
Okay, a couple missed thirds on both sides here where the server looked to be in a good spot. So Tyson gets it back, no harm done either way. Again, winner is playing for a title on Sunday.
Side out.
We'll see if the trend continues here. Tyson seems to be standing a little bit
0-1.
closer to the center to protect his backhand.
Point. One.
Oh my, waving the Cobra is Fed and then just goes body like a good penalty kick for his favorite soccer team, Argentina.
Yeah, I didn't think Jack Sock played until later.
2-1. Side out.
Off the tape and it goes deep on the serve, so a little momentum squashed from that.
1-2.
Boy, what a pick up there. That was not an easy shot at all. Where he doesn't have his feet fully set on his back foot, has to make sure to feather that short and does all of the above.
2-1. Point.
Another forehand return halfway up the net. You got to think that took a funny hop because that is very uncharacteristic for Tyson to miss a forehand by that margin.
Good look at the
3-1.
bright pink Skechers.
That's a nice stretch. Wow. Can't blame Fed for that passing shot. I mean, he hit it on the nose and didn't want to overcook it. Got it low, but Tyson on the stretch.
Side out.
Couple of Yola athletes on the court and one in the booth. I'm surrounded.
I don't know who you're partial to these days, but I sure hope it's Yola, Dave.
I am partial to nobody. Everybody, I love technology. I want everyone to play fair and have what they need. Nice inside out there from McGuffin.
He's got to take advantage of the fact that Federico is missing a few of his thirds because that doesn't happen often. So make sure you're at least staying with him during this period. If not, trying to get a little bit of a lead.
Yeah, that's the bummer for McGuffin is it feels like Fed hasn't had the ball much, but you're still losing by a couple.
1-3.
There it is.
Point.
That's where you let it go and it stayed in.
That's where you feel like there's no way he has space over there. As somebody who played Tyson in singles, you're like, I'm covering the line, and he's got to be going cross with this one, and he still sneaks it past you.
Wow. Crazy bounce on that serve, and we're tied up.
3-3. Side out.
Boy, Fed was not in the optimal position there at all.
No, Tyson was going to get a good crack at that next ball.
Three. Side out.
And you do not get extra points for hitting the guaranteed rate sign, and the thirds are a problem here in game number 2 for Fed. I don't say that very often.
No, that is definitely rare, and that backhand return he got a little bit more through the court rather than sitting up. That's where Tyson's really dangerous. See, I always struggled to return against Tyson quite a bit more when he's serving from the left side of the court because he's already putting his forehand side on his backhand side of the court where he's very prepared to get a forehand, and you also have to return at that angle. So definitely vulnerable when he's serving from that side. A little momentum.
Flying forward 4 in a row.
Just take a look at where Tyson sets up to serve this ball from. He's
5-3.
well on his backhand side. Oh, that's bad luck. In singles in every single event that he's played so far.
Just misses wide. You can see the wind playing tricks on the camera a little bit here too, so that is not a small situation here at all.
5-3.
Gusting in the high teens.
Point. Six, 3.
Oh, that's nice.
I am going to hit a forehand, and then I am going to get the crowd fired up. Took 7 extra steps and then hit a beauty inside out.
Yeah, that's got to be a winner. You are done on this, but he has the confidence in his forehand to find the winner. Oh, that's a great get.
Double bounce.
Wow.
Side out.
I thought he was there for the last one.
Never gives up either, ever.
Nope.
Three, 7.
We'll be talking about 40 times tonight with the NFL draft coming up.
Side out.
And a little fortunate that time. I think he had one coming his way, though.
Seven, 3. Reserve.
Oh, Fed's like, I'd like to call that out. That was close.
We have a challenge of the line call. Result of the rally is 7-3 with a reserve. We'll proceed with video review.
So
Okay.
I believe that's one of the rare times the ref is required to call it. When it hits the net, they're required to call that it is a let. So in his estimation, it landed in the court. He called the let, as he should, and now Federico is challenging said call.
After video review, the call stands. The ball was in. Result of the rally is 7-3 reserve. No timeouts. 2 timeouts.
So that is wild that it does not affect the scoreboard other than those of us keeping track of timeouts. It cost Fed a timeout.
Time in,
so,
7-3.
7-3, the rare do-over with a challenge in the middle.
Point.
And the McGuffin run continues. Same sort of brand of pickleball, finding third ball forehands and applying
8-3.
pressure in the midcourt after. Ooh, just
Side out.
wow, did not miss that by much.
3-8. Point.
Just wide, and McGuffin can't believe it. He was in great position.
Yep, definitely had him beat, but a whisker wide.
4-8.
That's
Just
so
insane,
good.
just insane footwork from Fed there to get to both of those.
Yep, sliding into it, and the accuracy is what really impresses me on this because there is not a lot of space. You can see how close Tyson is to getting
Time out
that.
receiver, 5-8. Time in, 5-8. Point.
Backhand return
6-8.
short. Fed is all over it.
Side
Great
out.
penetration there with the forehand return down the middle, taking the angles away, and you can see Federico falling away as he's attempting that.
8-6. Point.
Great depth on the serve and just rushing through it just enough to leave it short.
9-6. Side out.
Way too high on the pass, and Fed puts it away easily. Now, can he find a third? His third percentage is usually very good. It has not been in game 2.
Yeah, certainly by his standards.
6-9.
Ooh, that's a great stretch under pressure, too.
Wonderful point of skinny singles there. Goes to Tyson McGuffin.
It's just so easy to miss that just a little bit wide by being late.
What a serve.
Wow. Good approach. Tyson's going to be very disappointed if he were to lose this point.
And he will not, and he has got a game point.
Yep, great pressure. Didn't overhit anything after a great serve and slowly worked his advantage.
Game point. 10-6.
Oh, yes. He got there to that second one, and you were worried for Fed for a second, but still manages to extend and save himself on the last one.
And a little grimace there on that full extension and stop, man. That is a beating on the body right there. So
that's why I don't play singles anymore right there.
Man.
6-10.
So Fed saves a game point. And then makes the third, but it is way too high. Game point number 2 for McGuffin.
Game point. 10-6. Side out.
Well, tried to find the inside out, but found the net instead.
Yeah, that was an ambitious run around, to say the least, but he's made harder ones than that.
Point.
Third missed forehand return of the 7 points that Fed has, all on that side.
Yeah, so as disappointing as that is, you got to think he's playing pretty well. If four of the points that Federico has of his 8 are missed returns.
Can that guy force a third game?
8-10.
Oh my goodness. McGuffin, it looked like was on the edge of a cliff about to fall off the red rocks, and he hung in there.
I'm always amazed at how off balance Tyson can look at given times and still makes the ball.
Third game point.
Oh.
And way too good from Fed again.
Great anticipation there. He knows Tyson loves to go down that line and really held the wrist firm, carved around the outside, and gets it to the open court. And that's your more traditional tennis cut volley that is very effective in singles.
Oh boy, and a cocktail on the return, and the lead is but 1.
So 5 of Federico's 9 points have come off of his serve.
Oh my goodness, Fed with a sweet little two-handed backhand roll, and it is going to take more than 11.
Really stays low on this super nicely. Doesn't pull up at all. So easy to do when you're trying to get that little spinner across court.
10-10.
Oh, that's a better return.
Well, I've missed 5, but I almost hit a clean winner against Fed with that one. And,
yes.
What a response from Tyson.
10-10.
Oh.
Wow. Again, waits for the goalie, or in this case, McGuffin, to move, and right down the middle.
Yeah, you can't blame Tyson for picking a side on that. And Federico's like, well, I'm not going to hit to either side. I'm just going to go to the space that you vacated. Wow.
Oh, no, missed volley, and after saving 3 game points, Fed has a match point.
Yeah, and there's that accuracy where he doesn't hit the winner, but he forces you to hit 2 very tough volleys and gets the mistake.
11-10.
Oh my. Rarely is he a guy that's off balance, but he was on match point right there.
Yeah, he hesitated just a little bit, not knowing if he should volley it or not, and deciding to half volley, couldn't quite come up with it. Now this could get even more exciting if Tyson can get off 10. He's been on 10 for a while now. No, that's...
Oh my goodness, an insane volley from Fed. That was a rope that he hits into the open court.
And living dangerously because Tyson got a hold of his forehand from his favorite location on the court, which is on his backhand side. He could have gone either direction, but awesome volley from Fed to save it.
11-10.
Match point number 2. And that will do it. 9 is fine for Federico Staksrud. Unbelievably, he has marched his way to a 9th consecutive men's singles final. Unbelievable battle. You had to save 3 game points against. How in the world did you get out the door and get yourself to Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, it's pickleball, you know, everything can change in a few seconds. I've been in that situation, you know, where I'm up and Tyson actually came back, I remember, in Kansas City last year. So yeah, you gotta always believe. I mean, there's always the side out, you know, that's the nice thing about pickleball. You get points with your serve. So yeah, I'm just happy to get the win today.
Federico, Colin Johns here. 9 finals in a row. That's an awfully big number. I mean, that's impressive consistency. What do you attribute the consistency this year to? Did you do something special in the off season?
Yeah, consistency. We like that word, Colin. You and me, we like that word. But yeah, I mean. But no, I mean, I worked hard last year as well. I think this year I'm doing a better job of kind of like adjusting to the different conditions. I think maybe people don't know how tough it is. You know, we play in, let's say, Houston, that is humid and hot, and then we go, you know, to LA, it's a little bit, you know, dry. So yeah, it's just adjusting to the conditions. I've been doing a good job this year.
So Fed, that 9 finals in a row has also created a different number. The number 1. You are the number 1 singles player of all the human beings on the planet. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's a lot of guys that they pick up a pickleball paddle for the first day and they say, I want to be the number 1 in the world. That was not my case. You know, I started playing pickle because I thought it was so much fun, and I started to compete because I love it. And, you know, last year, actually, you know, some people were like, hey, you're close to being number 1. I was like, oh, yeah, maybe I can do it. So, yeah, this year it was kind of like a short-term goal, and I'm happy to accomplish that in April, and I'm going to try to hold it as much as I can.